isn't it?
Amazing. Look at this. Oh, Holocaust.
Crossroads of civilization. And this is from Shem Olam. This is the Kristallnacht.
So now it's amazing that they have it in Hebrew. Look at this little bit.
Yeah, they have Auschwitz. Yes.
We went to this synagogue in Poland,
Yeah.
in Lamport, Poland. We went there.
Here's the picture, this very famous picture. This is the photo is one of the most iconic images of the Holocaust. Whilst the identity of the German SS man pointing the machine gun is known, that of the little boy is not. Although some of the other people captured in this photograph have been identified. The photo was included in the infamous Stroop report. The Warsaw Ghetto no longer exists. Children of the Holocaust. There's children in Ravensbrück. It's from Albania. Albania is the only country with a Muslim majority that succeeded where other European countries failed. The vast majority of Albanian Jews and Jewish refugees from other countries survived. With the exception of a few members of one family, surprisingly, Albania became the only country in Europe. The number of Jews who were there at the end of the war was higher than the number of Jews who lived there at the beginning of the war. This is from Albania. is a story of Dr. Muhammad Helmi. The title aid to Helmi was the first Arab Muslim that got awarded the Righteous Among the Nations. He was an Arab doctor of Egyptian descent who studied medicine in Berlin and remained to work there upon graduation. Because of his skills, he did not get to advance in his work, both because of the lack of Aryan origin, because of the criticism that he's played towards the Nazi regime, and led to his imprisonment. When the Jews of Berlin began to be deported at the end of 1941, he decided, together with a German friend, Frieda Strummer, to save the Jewish friend Anna Boris and her family. He was hiding her from March 1942 until the end of the war, when he was exposed to the Gestapo investigations. Thanks to the help and courage of Dr. Helmi and Frieda Strummer, the 4 family members survived the Holocaust and immigrated after the war to the United States, but never forgot their rescuers. In the 1950s and early 60s, wrote letters on behalf to the Berlin Senate that they would be honored as rescuers of Jews. And he remained in Berlin until he died in 1982. This is Sultan Ulkamen served as Consul General of Turkey on the island of Rhodes, while in 1943 the island was conquered by the Germans and the fate of the small Jewish community of 1,700 people was at risk of death. When he learned that some of the people designated for shipping were Turkish citizens, he protested the German officers demanded that they be removed from the train while making sure to issue them with visas beyond Turkey. In doing so, he managed to save 13 Jews with Turkish citizenship. In addition, he again appealed to the German officers, claiming that according to Turkish law, someone who is married to a Turkish citizen is also entitled to protection. He eventually managed to save a few dozen more Jews who were married to Turkish citizens who were connected to Turkey one from another. Ulkamen saved 42 Jews but paid a very heavy personal price because the Germans saw him as an enemy and therefore bombed his house and resulted in the death of his pregnant wife. For this supreme act, Salah ad-Din Ulkamen received the Righteous Among the Nations Awards in 1990, and with other honors including the Turkish Medal of Honor and the Medal of Supreme Service. When asked why he had acted as he did, he replied that all I did was to fulfill my duty to mankind. And Salah ad-Din Ulkamen died in 2003. And he saved Lena Kanter. You see, this is the righteous Turkish Consul General that's saying Lena Kanter. Music influenced by the Holocaust. Whoever saves one life saves the entire world. That is B'chol HaMakom Nefshel Echad Malam Alav Kiyam Alam Malay from the Mishnah in Sanhedrin. Here we have a verse from the Quran. this is in Paris, in the Grand Mosque, where Jews were also sheltered. First they came for the communists, and when I did not speak out because I was not a communist, then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist, and they came for the trade unions. And I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist, and then they came for the Jews. I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Martin Niemöller, a Lutheran pastor. An Iranian hero. He was a Iranian diplomat living in Nazi rule in France. As a result of his efforts, that's Abdul Hussein Sardari. As a result of his efforts, most Jews of Iranian descent living in France during the war survived the Holocaust. In fact, German archival documents suggest that Sardari managed to exempt 2,500 Jews of Nazi racial laws, a number considerably greater than that the entire Iranian Jewish population residing in France at the time. He passed away in 1981. Prior to his death, he explained why he worked to save so many Jewish lives. As you may know, I had the pleasure of being the Iranian consul in Paris during the German occupation of France, and such was my duty to save all Iranians, including Iranian Jews. In Tunisia, and this is from Tunisia in 2009. These are stories of Irving Wolf, part of his story in Kust. This is Nazi propaganda. Here we have the Holocaust timeline from 1933 with the original artifacts. Here we have Jewish leaders, Muslim, Christian leaders, Muslim World League of Chief Leaders delegation to Auschwitz in 1920, Pope Francis, an Israeli Air Force flying above Auschwitz, Amir Eshel, later commander of the Israeli Air Force. And there's the shoes on the Danube. And this is from Sheikh Abdul bin Zayed Al Nahyan, a witness to the fall of a group of human beings who were victims of advocates of extremism and hatred, the noble human values of coexistence, tolerance, acceptance of others, respect for all religions and beliefs. Never again.